November 1, 2025, when Seji exploits the villagers, a determined Jhanak takes a firm stand against him. In the meantime, the Bose family members get involved in Ashi and Anirudh's anniversary. November 2, 2025, the Bose family rejoices while Anirudh remains absorbed in Jhanak's thoughts. In the meantime, Jhanak pledges to advocate for the villagers and their territory. November 3, 2025, Jhanak stands up for the villagers and their territory, promoting progress in the village. Meanwhile, Anirudh clashes with Purusha. November 4, 2025, Jhanak stops the villagers from attacking Anirudh, admitting she knows him. Meanwhile, Anirban opens up to Mimi about their marriage. November 5, 2025, Anirudh confronts Jhanak regarding her new lifestyle, but their encounter becomes strained when she reacts angrily to his factory ambitions. Meanwhile, the celebrations for Jimli's wedding commence. November 6, 2025, when Anirudh finds out the truth, he questions Newton for hiding it from him. However, Newton gets exasperated as Anirudh does not trust her. November 7, 2025, once Kanka informs Anirudh about Newton and Purusha's marriage, he accuses her of deceiving him about her marriage. But Anirudh's lack of trust infuriates her. November 8, 2025, Anirudh observes Moon playing with Newton and Purusha and gets the impression that Moon is Purusha and Newton's daughter. November 9, 2025, as Moon's departure upsets Newton, Purusha talks to her, mentioning that she must feel sad. But Newton snaps, stating she is entirely alone, reminding him that their marriage is a facade. November 10, 2025, Jhanak meets Ishani after a long time and discloses that she is pregnant. Later, a group of men kidnap Ishani and injures Jhanak. November 11, 2025, as she shares her concerns with the family about Anirudh's behavior. Later, Purusha confesses his love to Jhanak, but she refuses and expresses her wish to remain just friends. November 12, 2025, things get out of control when Jhanak meets Ishani and a shocking fact surfaces. Later, Jit manages to kidnap Ishani. November 13, 2025, Jhanak meets Ishani and tells her about her pregnancy. Subsequently, Jit abducts Ishani, causing Jhanak to tumble while attempting to rescue her. November 14, 2025, while Jit's henchmen take Ishani through the jungle, Jhanak hurries back to the village to inform Ambika that Ishani has been abducted. November 15, 2025, Jit proceeds to marry Ishani as part of his vengeance. However, Jhanak arrives at the temple on time and prevents their wedding. November 16, 2025, while Newton is being sick, Kanka informs Purusha that he will soon be a father. Purusha intends to reach out to Anirudh, but Newton prevents him. November 17, 2025, Anirudh informs Apu that Jhanak is distant from them in her life and will not come back. Apu persuades him, explaining that he never truly understood Jhanak. November 18, 2025, Purusha decides to make a vow to take responsibility of Janak's child. Meanwhile, Apu decides to ask Kajol to forgive Lalan. November 19, 2025, Lalan becomes frantic and attempts to rouse Apu as throat pours from her mouth. In the meantime, Purusha confronts Jhanak, insisting that she remain in the village to care for her child. November 20, 2025, as Newton trips and tumbles down, she cries out and becomes worried about her child. Subsequently, Daima arrives to check her. November 21, 2025, as Newton trips and tumbles down, she cries out and becomes worried about her child. Subsequently, Daima arrives to examine her. November 22, 2025, as everyone contemplates and figures out how to welcome the townspeople arriving in their village for inspection, Newton is taken aback to see Mimi there. November 23, 2025, Anirudh is left astounded when he finds out from Mimi that Jhanak has been poisoned. Consequently, he learns that Purusha has rushed Jhanak to the hospital. November 24, 2025, Mimi informs Anirudh that the villagers poison Newton. Later, Porosha seeks an update regarding her condition, but the doctor fails to provide a definitive answer. November 25, 2025. Porosha lashes out at the hospital staff over Jhanak's treatment. Meanwhile, Mimi reveals to Anirudh that Jhanak was poisoned, leading to her hospitalization. November 26, 2025. Ishani's parents rush her to the hospital after a suicide attempt. Meanwhile, Anirudh is devastated by Jhanak's condition and prays desperately for her recovery. November 27, 2025. Anirudh becomes frantic and requests to transfer Jhanak to a different hospital. However, Porosha disagrees and taunts him for his prolonged absence from her life. November 28, 2025. Anirudh apologizes to Jhanak and expresses his love for her. Having faced numerous obstacles, Jhanak and Anirudh come together again. November 29, 2025. After encountering many challenges, Anirudh vows to himself that he and Jhanak will come together again and no one will keep them apart. November 30, 2025. Janak's daughter endorsed taunts for being unaware of her father's name. Later, she has a dispute with a law enforcement officer.